Welcome to another episode of Driving to the Res
with
Inelia
and Larry
and Lucy
and PB, Princess Beauty. Hi everyone, here we are, another episode of Driving to the Res. And if you hear somebody breathing close to the mic, that will be Princess Beauty, who seems to be very interested in our mic right now.
Yes, she might have a little chew on it.
Yes, she might actually chew it. So sorry about that if it happens.
If you no longer hear us, that's why.
Yeah, that's very true.
So, you had an interesting newsletter the other day.
You got an interesting newsletter?
No, you had an interesting newsletter the other day.
I did?
Yeah.
Which one?
You sent it to me.
Uh-huh.
One of them was about withdrawing.
Uh-huh.
And I think my perception of it is, I think the way I read that newsletter, the way I understand it, is the withdrawal energy is kind of what we're feeling, although the unification energy is what we actually should be doing. But it's not unification with everybody, it's unification with
people of our own frequency.
People of our own frequency, right. So I intuit that many people may have not grasped that meaning within the newsletter of withdrawal. That instead of reading that part, they probably felt not so much justification, but a feeling that withdrawing was fine.
So you don't think that withdrawing is fine right now? Is that what you're saying?
Well, I think the message I got when I read the newsletter the second or the third time was that at the time that we were supposed to be unifying, gathering and co-creating our higher frequency or new paradigm or whatever groups, we were essentially distracted by the going-ons on the planet, which were encouraging withdrawal, which was the opposite of what naturally probably would have been occurring this summer.
Yes, you're very right. That's exactly what it says on the newsletter.
Is it?
Yes.
I didn't see that the first time. What I saw the first time was withdrawal. Oh yeah, that's us. We're feeling that. See you later. Don't talk to me. Bye.
Don't talk to me. Bye. But it is a time to be reconnecting with high frequency individuals and finding who is your tribe, tribes, I should say,
Groups.
Because we belong to more than one tribe on the planet. And yes, absolutely. So the tendency is to withdraw, and I did say also that if you're an activist, you won't be feeling this, or maybe you felt it a little bit and now it's gone. And your feeling right now is to go and do, right? Go and change those laws, take people to court and protest, right? So if you're an activist, you'll be acting and being fully aware socially. My advice to all activists is always the same. Process all of your righteousness first. Anger, frustration, all of that needs to be processed before you act. Because if you go with those energies into a situation like a protest or a rally or something like that, or even you take somebody to court, the government, to whomever, you bring that energy with you, you are feeding the beast, okay? You're going in with the conflict first.
Conflict.
And that's not what we want right now on the planet.
Yeah.
So you can still take them to court, you can still go to that protest, but it's going to be from a different energy field.
Like, it kind of reminds me of my brand new Facebook friend.
You have a brand new Facebook friend?
Yeah. I think his name's Duncan. He's an Army Ranger. Duncan. He's a giant armed Army Ranger.
Uh-huh.
And his wife went shopping at the farmer market, and oh my God, did not go well because she wasn't wearing a mask.
Uh-huh.
And she got ridiculed and shamed and called all kinds of dirty names. And
wow.
She ran away crying with her kids.
That's really bad.
Yeah, it was pretty extreme for her. And so maybe his name's not Duncan, but it might be. Anyway, he said, well, that's not going to happen again. And so he decided to be and project what I would call a healthy guardian energy. In which way was, we're going to go shopping and we're not going to be wearing any masks because of this particular reason. And we don't feel that it's appropriate for people to be harassed or belittled or ridiculed or anything for something like this, especially my wife and her child, which is my child, and anyone else's wife and child. So if anyone wants to go shopping, we will go on Wednesday at 6, or you name the time and I'll show up. We'll go shopping as a group, and I promise you nobody's going to ridicule us. So
He's big and strong, huh?
Well, yeah, he has a very big and strong personality, attitude, and gigantic arms.
Yes.
I mean,
full of tats.
Yeah, he's no small Army Ranger. He's a giant Army Ranger.
Right.
But it wasn't, I'm going to go kick their asses or anything like that. His energy was, we'll go together and they won't harass you when I'm there, exactly. I promise.
Yeah.
And they won't harass you either when you carry that energy, the guardian energy. Mm-hmm. And so there were, like, you know, most everyone who has the feeling, the mask separation feeling, right? They have a huge amount of angst, anxiety, anxiousness about moving or being in anywhere around anyone because of the mob mentality. The mob mentality says if you don't follow the mob's going to beat you up.
Yeah.
You know? So even if the mob is like, I don't know, they say burning Jews or killing black people or whatever the mob's doing, even if the mob's doing something horrendous, you better go along with it or else I don't know what.
Yeah, the hive mentality.
Hive mentality?
I talked about that in this week's newsletter.
Yeah, it's appropriate.
We sent a newsletter that I sent some time ago, 2019.
Right.
And it's very relevant right now. And by the way, if you do want to receive my newsletters, go to ineliabenz.com and subscribe to my newsletter.
Okay.
Anyways, yeah, so the hive mentality is actually promoted and pushed by the singularity of I, me, and myself. And it's the divide and conquer. So you divide the people and conquer them, and then you can control them. If people expand their awareness and unite as a collective, that can't happen. Because nothing can happen to you or others without your consent, conscious consent. So, yeah, beware the hive mind. This planet is ruled by it. And because you're listening to our podcast, it means you don't have it. And you cannot be ruled by it. Yay! It is true.
It is true, but it doesn't mean that it's comfortable.
It's not comfortable.
It doesn't mean that it's accommodating for you. It doesn't mean that it's nice for you. It means that you stick out like a sore thumb sometimes.
Right.
So, are you? How do you handle that?
We just went past the ice cream place, and he had like 20 cars in a tiny little space full of people.
Licking their ice cream cones.
Licking their ice creams.
And happy with a big smile.
Yes, that's great. That's the same paradigm. So, yeah, lots of things have been happening. But yeah, you're right. I suppose you should have been clearer that withdrawal energy. But I do say certain things, like keep your mind busy and your body exercised and well fed and connect with high frequency individuals.
So do you expose yourself to the ridicule of the mob?
That's really up to the person singularly. There's some individuals are extremely sensitive, and I would say if you're an extremely sensitive individual that gets like an empath and gets very affected by the people and other people's emotions, I say just cool it, just stay away from the mob, just chill, shop online or send your friends over to the shops. Yeah, well, you'll be fine. But if you're strong emotionally and not highly sensitive to what people say or do, then sure, go for it, man. It'll show them a lesson.
Would you suggest they form little groups?
Yes.
Or go together?
It's easy to attack one person.
Yeah, it's like a cougar can kill one person alone in the woods, but if there's two people, they're not even going to say anything.
Exactly. Yeah.
So I guess there's called safety in numbers. It's basically.
Yeah.
And it's helpful, I think, sometimes to acknowledge something I was like speaking to my son with today, which was we have a pretty strong support network ourselves, right? And we are very strong ourselves, and we don't very often get pulled into despair or, I guess, depression or some of these lower frequency emotions based on the goings-ons around us.
Right.
But that's not we are purposely not living in the middle of Sacramento right now.
Absolutely, yes.
You had a clear message it was time to move, and you said, no, I'm not.
Yes, that was in 2014.
Yes.
I was told to move out of California. There was a clear message from Gaia. And I said, nope, I've got my family here, my children, husband, house,
cat, your dog, your friends, and you had Bella Brew,
friends,
your restaurant.
A nice network. And
a regular schedule.
Place, and a beautiful home.
You were very productive.
Yep.
And just uproot you out in the middle of nothing and go. And you're like, no, I don't think so. But if you were to have ignored that message and somehow avoided the fires that eventually kicked you out, you would be living right in the smack dab middle of,
really
not where you are right
energies,
now.
Yeah.
You would have made your own.
We are very wise to stay out of the city, I guess, and away from other individuals, and even the towns nearby. We don't often go to them. The energy of fear and stress in the population right now is enormous, and I am sensitive to it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm strong enough to go by myself and do all these things, but I'm sensitive, and I do suffer the consequences emotionally and energetically. But I do, even if it's just a regular thing, somebody being aggressive in the store, you would do the same thing.
Right.
For whatever reason, even if it's a couple fighting with each other, I'm highly sensitive that way. So I do. But I have avoided crowds and the common folk for a long time, right? And by common folk.
How quaint.
Yeah.
That
that shows my colours, doesn't it? The common folk.
Those common folks.
The common folk, I try to avoid them as much as possible.
Oh, whatever.
Yeah. But by that I mean the sleepers.
Yes. The muggles, or they call them muzzled.
Muggles.
We call them the muzzled now.
The muzzled, yeah.
Yes, the muzzled.
The muzzled masses, I try to avoid them as much as possible. So I've done that, like today when we're at the doctor's and I said, well, I'm never getting COVID because I've been social distancing since I was born. And it's true, I do try to avoid strangers as much as I can. I find it's not the germs so much, but their frequency coup. Their frequency coup.
Yeah.
Especially with addicts, and a lot of people are addicts, and just sleepers. They have a very low frequency. It's very uncomfortable for me, so I avoid them as much as I can. So I wouldn't go out to a store and try and push through by myself, and I probably wouldn't even join a group going together, even with a big muscly guy.
You'd probably send me.
I'll send you over. Yes.
I'll figure it out. Don't you worry.
You can figure it out, honey.
I can figure it out.
So if you're not that sensitive and you can do it, support the friends who are sensitive and can't do it.
Exactly my point. Is check in with your tribe.
Your strength is my strength. My strength is your strength. Yes. Your strength is our strength, and our strength is your strength.
Excellent. So you're not alone.
You're not alone.
Don't pretend you're alone. By pretending that you're alone, you're handicapping and hijacking your own self.
Yep.
Because yourself is more than just one,
Yeah.
So yeah, good advice. And then the message of getting out of the California, it also meant populated area and city, and allowing yourself the mental, physical space, right? Energetic space, psychic space. Don't handicap yourself. I guess that's the point, is why would you handicap yourself? You have handicapped yourself many, many, many lifetimes, of course, to have certain experiences, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the habit probably lingers.
The habit lingers.
Habit lingers. if I hold one arm behind my back and I tie it with some rope, and on my other foot, maybe if I cut it or something, or maybe break it, so I have one foot and one arm, can I still climb that mountain? Watch me. I can do it.
I'm sure you can.
Right? You can do it. But, I
Yes.
mean, if the goal is to get to the top of that mountain at this time,
with a group
it's
of people.
fine if you use help, a rope, a helicopter even.
Yeah, or
It's
some
not
bunch of
necessary.
people will get together, help each other over the boulders.
Sure.
With ropes and hammers and stuff.
So when it was time for you to get out of California, you grabbed your dog and jumped in your car and you just drove.
Yeah.
It reminds me of a story. One of our friends, I call him my friend even though he probably doesn't know who I am yet, but he will if I ever meet him.
Okay.
Which is going to be harder now since he's on the other side of the country.
Oh, that's right. Yes, I know who you mean. Yeah.
Dr. Cowan.
Yes.
I watched him talk about various theories about germs, viruses, and things like that. And it was like, holy smokes, I never even considered that possibility. It's like, imagine we're snakes. And once a year or so, everyone gets really, really itchy. And so the doctors say, you know what the problem is your skin's dry, you need some cream.
Uh-huh.
And so they prescribe you this cream to rub all over your skin. And it will stop your skin from itching, you know?
Uh-huh.
And oh my God, we start getting sick and we want to withdraw and hide in the dark. And so they tell us, the best thing to do is go out in the sun.
Uh-huh.
Do not get in the dark and do not hide. You need to get out.
Uh-huh.
And as a matter of fact, here's a shot. And this shot, they figured out if they give you a shot, this particular shot, it will make your skin cells stick to your other skin cells so your skin sticks on hard.
Yeah,
so it won't fall off, right?
Uh-huh.
Because, you can see where this story's going, right?
Uh-huh.
We know as people what's happening is their skin's getting shed and they're going to grow new skin under it and they're going to be healthy, and that's the process.
Uh-huh.
Do you think snakes know that to start with? Especially if they were semi-conscious like people and they were told by somebody in a white coat that it's a very unnatural thing to have your skin fall off. You should keep it on. Right? So anyway, he's described a little bit about virus as messenger and, toxins in our environment, things like 5G, electromagnetic frequencies, when they're different than normal, every day what it was, then your body has to readjust, and the adjusting process includes things like sloughing and your internal slough, and it's a process like a snake shedding its skin, but on an internal way to shed these toxins and to start a brand new layer of tissues and things like this. So in other words, he had a lot of meat to think about. But unfortunately, it was a little bit, what you would say, less than what the rest of the white coats are saying. Different. We'll just
And
say.
by white coats, you mean doctors, right? And scientists.
Well, the doctor's in charge of the doctors. Let's just say that. Yeah. So he got written up and reviewed, and he also had one of his patients. He has a practice in California, San Francisco area. One of his patients had an adverse reaction to a vaccination, and so he wrote a exemption for a vaccination, and so naturally he got investigated for that too. And then he had one other investigation coming. I think it had to do with talking about water, properties of water. So if you're a doctor, you're
not allowed to talk about
quite restricted about what you can explore. Anyway, he came to the conclusion that he couldn't continue to be a part of that medical doctor certified process. He closed his practice. And he actually couldn't even stay in California any longer. He got in his car with his wife and he drove to Maine. He couldn't get further away. He sold his house and everything. There's no more entrenched than a medical doctor with a medical practice and a giant house in San Francisco.
Plus, if you have tons of patients that you care about,
and
you don't want
tons
to
of
leave
patients
them.
who you don't want to leave.
Who are you going to send them to?
They're dependent on you.
Yeah, it's tough.
And there's no one else to go that's like you. He's as stuck can be. And what did he do?
Sold everything and left.
Sold everything and told everyone, I did the best I could. I'm not going to remain to be a part of this.
Not a martyr.
Here's a month's warning. If you have any subscriptions you need or prescriptions you need filled before I quit my practice, then let me know. I'll look for someone to refer you to, but so far I haven't found anyone that I 100% agree with. So you're adults. I'm sure you can do a perfect job of finding who it is that suits you. And he packed his stuff and he was quiet for a while. And he popped up in Maine. He's going to buy a house in Maine, and he's going to start a new thing, which isn't a medical doctor thing. It's a health advisor, I think is what he calls himself.
Oh, cool.
Something like that.
Nice.
Not as a licensed medical practitioner. He's going to start a new business doing what he believes is the proper way to take care of your health.
Nice.
Sound like something anybody around here suggested that we do about, I don't know, 6-8 months ago?
Yes.
Who was that?
Me. I said it.
You said it? When did you say it? In October?
Yes, October 2019.
Yeah. So what did you say exactly? So, sometimes people forget.
So I said, if you don't agree with the educational system, create your own educational systems.
That's good advice.
If you're not happy with your work, this is not part of your mission or is low frequency, create new structures to create new jobs for yourself and others. I said, start creating those new structures because we're going to need them. And we're going to need them now. I said, do it now. Just do it now. That was October.
November, December, January, February, March, April, May, June. So he is only 9 months behind.
And he's quite elderly, isn't he?
Yeah, he's not a young fella.
Like
he's in his 60s or 70s.
60s or 70s or something.
Maybe 60, I don't know.
Yeah.
60, 70, something like that.
Yeah.
But he did it.
He did it.
And he did it with as much baggage as there possibly could be.
So he can do it.
He can do it, you can do it.
You can do it.
Find yourself in an environment that doesn't suit.
Yes.
Don't stay. Don't martyr yourself. Don't handicap yourself unnecessarily.
Don't isolate yourself.
Don't isolate yourself.
Become vulnerable.
Don't become vulnerable.
The illusion of separation.
The illusion of separation. Yeah. And I understand it's a little tough because us who like to withdraw into our own little world are really comfortable there. Trust me. I understand. Don't get me wrong. But I think everyone should try the not withdrawing for a little while and connecting with their groups and let me know how it goes.
Yes.
If it works out well, let me know and I will do the same.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But I'll stay in the withdrawal part for a little while longer and make sure that's not really the place you should be.
You're not really, though.
Little bit.
Not really.
Little bit.
You've got several groups and tribes that you belong to and you're very active in them.
Okay, well, don't tell everyone. Okay.
I, however...
Thank goodness for Sunday, or else you would never see anybody.
Exactly, yeah. Although I'm forced to meet with people and have work meetings and...
Yeah, you did create a group.
And all sorts of things.
You did create a group, Benz Academy.
Yeah, Benz Academy, the Inelia Benz team, and
Brides and Grooms of Gaia, Guild of Gaia. You've been involved in that. That's definitely a group of people.
Yeah.
So, I guess neither one of us are actually that withdrawn. We just prefer it, even though we're not actually doing it.
We have, though, to a large degree. It feels like do it more type thing, right?
I do believe that if we lived alone, like we weren't married, you and I, then we probably would be completely withdrawn.
Probably.
Very much easier for that to
Yes.
happen. You probably wouldn't see me or hear of me.
Right.
Quiet as a church mouse.
Very true. Very
like
true.
that one, remember the last druid in Ireland?
Oh, yeah. What was that? Was that a documentary?
That was a documentary, yes.
Yeah.
All on his lonesome, reading his books. Oh my
yeah.
God, he was in heaven, that boy.
Yeah, he was. They had a triad, and then the other two died.
The other two died. He was the last of his triad.
Yeah, and he thinks it's the last triad, but he doesn't know because the triads never revealed themselves to each other.
Yep. Plus, he's like ensconced into his house, not
Yep.
not to leave. So I was going to know anyway.
Exactly.
I guess maybe energetically, but I don't know.
So yeah, he's just happy as a clam.
Happy
He
as a
plays
clam.
with all his books and studies and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be very easy to do that.
So
Very easy.
we understand. But make a very, very strong effort to not be a solo.
Like the email that we sent today. Make sure that you can support and be supported, to nurture and be nurturing, be nurtured, to be inspiring and be inspired, and yeah, to support and be supported, basically.
Yeah.
It's like the we energy rather than the lone wolf one, either give or give nothing. And
Yes.
or receive without any type of circle completed. The circuitry needs to be complete. We're a collective species. We're all about people communicating, connecting, smiling with each other and touching each other. That's all natural to humans. It's very much part of who and what we are.
Excellent.
What else did you want to talk about today?
Well, that was what I wanted to talk about today. Although we had some funnies we were going to talk about, weren't we?
Some funnies?
Yeah, I was supposed to read you some funnies.
Oh, we're gonna do a special.
We're gonna
That's
do a
gonna be a
special?
special because this is what happens in our house. Larry reads headlines, memes, and news items.
Every now and then I choke laughing.
And he reads them out loud, and then I'll do a commentary around them.
Yes.
Most of my commentary is just laughter and laughter and laughter, but sometimes I say some interesting things too.
Yeah, it's quite
So
I'm trying to do a special
the last
episode
one was
of that.
yesterday or something. They were so fascinating and so funny that, and the conversation was also interesting too. That we thought, we should do a special and just read these, spontaneously and record them and see what happens.
Yeah, it's a little peek into it's like natives react or the Irish react, the React channel. Remember that I watch
Yes,
on YouTube once in
yes.
a while. So I mean, they're hilarious. How each group of people react to something,
To other
other
things,
things.
yeah. I like that Japanese couple
And the Japanese couple, yeah, that was
eating
quite funny.
Mexican food for the first time with chopsticks.
Yes.
Oh, that was brilliant. I loved that one.
Yeah. So that's basically our Inelia Reacts channel. Inelia reacts to memes. Look
Yeah.
at those people jumping in that freaking cold lake.
So it'll be interesting. Yeah, you can put a whole bunch of stuff together and we can see.
Oh, I got
Reactions.
tons. When I see ones I really, really particularly like, I save them as my photos. So I used to have a lot of pictures, and now I don't have so many pictures of interesting things. I just have pictures of memes. Just looking at the lake water, honey. It's only right here. Remember, this is the place full of blue flowers.
All right, so with that in mind,
With what in
to
mind?
looking forward to our special edition.
Inelia Reacts.
Yes.
Or Inelia
Driving to the
Reacts
rest.
channel.
Inelia Reacts.
That reminds me, we should have had you reacting to bagels. Remember those foreign food?
Oh my god.
That was
yeah, I don't really
hilarious.
like exotic food. And who's trying to make me eat these bagel things?
Bagels. And a taco. What is a taco?
Oh my god, tacos.
That was quite funny too.
Yes.
And you don't even know the difference between a taco and a burrito.
Well, I do now.
Okay, so tell me, what's the difference between a taco and a burrito? Yeah.
Okay, so okay, I got it.
Let me hear it.
I got it. So
Give
the
it a try.
taco
Taco.
is made of corn. It's a
about-
corn wrapping, and the burrito is a wheat wrapping.
So tell me, what's an enchilada then?
A lettuce salad?
An enchilada is a corn wrapping. A taco is either or, because there's such a thing as a soft taco, remember?
What?
Soft tacos.
I know you're making it complicated.
Not complicated. Difference between a soft taco and a burrito.
One has cheese in it.
No, both have cheese in it.
I don't know.
I knew you didn't know.
I don't know.
I knew you didn't know. Well, remember when we were in Mexico, Mexico, Utah?
Oh,
Was
yeah,
it
Mexico, Utah was... Oh, my God, that
They
food
had
was
trucks
amazing.
on the side of the road, and he made us a taco.
I don't know what he made, but it was delicious.
And the taco, it was corn, and it was soft, and it had just like two things in it, some meat and some green cilantros, maybe. A little bit of salsa if you wanted it.
Okay,
That's
but it was delicious.
That was a taco.
Oh, my gosh.
And they had a burrito too. Remember, we had burritos for breakfast.
Today we had burritos for breakfast. They were made of wheat.
Yes, they
They
were.
had potatoes in it,
And potatoes in it. It's a big
bacon,
heat.
and cheese.
It looked nothing like a taco.
And, wait.
That looked nothing like the taco. But, it doesn't.
Because it wasn't corn.
It has to do mostly with the size. Taco.
Oh, the tacos are bigger.
Tacos are much smaller.
The tacos are smaller.
Yes, and the burritos are much bigger.
Okay.
Remember when you go to Chipotle's
Yes.
and they make a burrito that's like a football?
Giant, yes, like
Okay.
a foot long.
That is definitely not a taco.
Okay, that's not a taco.
Tacos are littler.
All right.
And they can be corn or they can be wheat. But they don't really have so much ingredients, like 2 or 3.
Oh, okay.
And
Less
burritos have
ingredients.
oftentimes more.
All right. So basically, a burrito is a wrap, right? It's just a wheat wrap.
Well, soft taco is a wheat wrap too.
Oh my gosh.
See what I mean?
No, that's too complicated.
It's complicated.
Yeah.
We'll skip the whole...
I used to think that spaghetti bolognese was a Chilean food. When people used to ask me, so what's a typical Chilean food? I'd say spaghetti bolognese.
Bolognese. I'm
Yeah.
Chilean and I eat spaghetti, so
Yeah, exactly.
it's Chilean.
Chilean food. Spaghetti bolognese. And then, I can't remember, I think it was in England when I learned it was from Italy. And I thought, what? So what's Chilean food then?
Well, I had Chilean food. Your
Yes.
sister cooked it.
Exactly, so
And it's some strange
my mum made
things.
some and it was really
Imagine
yummy.
this. Imagine taking chicken and hamburger
Uh-huh,
and olives
uh-huh,
and
Eggs.
boiled egg
uh-huh.
and probably, I think it was rice or something.
No,
What was it?
it was onions.
Onions
And then you cover it in corn
covered in corn.
mush.
Yeah.
Mash.
Imagine that. Who would ever guess that's the thing?
Oh my god, it's so good.
It's so strange.
It's delicious. I love that.
It's
It's called
just-
pastel de choclo.
Pastel
All
de
Chileans
choclo.
out there. Yay! Pastel de choclo, baby. It's one of my favorite meals, man. It's so good.
So we know what strange food is around here. It ain't bagels.
Well, I've never had a bagel.
Well,
You're not gonna make me eat one.
hamburger mixed with your chicken with olives and egg, that counts as strange in my book.
Okay.
But our spaghetti bolognese is fine, no matter where it came from.
Mm-hmm.
Although I gotta say that one we had in Italy wasn't quite as good.
No, it's funnily enough. Oh my god, we had the worst luck when we were in
Europe,
France.
for that matter, the only place in Europe that had food that was good, England.
Yeah, it was really hard to get good food. Although I did like Spanish food, I have to say. It's really hard to find Spanish food without bell peppers, but when you do, it's very, very good.
Yes. I sure hope we get to go to Europe again.
I don't know if that's going to happen this lifetime, honey.
I think we can take the ship.
Maybe able to.
Are your traveling days done, honey?
I think so, yeah. I called it, man. I stopped traveling 2015. I said that's going to be my last year, man. Take advantage because it's going to be the last.
Little do we know.
2016, I can't remember now. But it's one of those years. I said, I'm done. If people want to come and see me and hear what I have to say, they're going to have to come to me at the Shaman Shack. Remember that?
I do remember that. So we built the Shaman Shack and hope he did an excellent job of it.
He did.
Now it's like I'll say 85% done, 90%.
Probably 90.
Because we need the floor.
Yeah, the floor needs doing.
We need to do the counter still. We still have the
Yes.
temporary counters. We don't have cupboards or anything.
Right.
And so 80, 90%.
It's pretty good.
Pretty good. Anybody came, they would be perfectly happy with the way it is. Especially
And
though.
people have come to events there
And that has.
every year.
Yeah, and I actually believe that the experience of that far exceeds the other experience. Even though the other experiences were extremely interesting, this is pretty dang nice.
I think so too.
So thank you
Yes.
for doing that, honey.
You're welcome.
It's brilliant.
Yeah.
Now, what about future plans?
For events?
Well, you made
I
a
don't
call.
have any.
You made a
I'm
call.
withdrawing, man.
You can't withdraw.
Yeah.
You can't withdraw and have iBenz Academy.
Oh, well, we're doing those online. So the Ibenz Academy is an online academy right now.
I think I heard some of the girls say something about having a physical somethings.
Oh, yeah. So once we get all the foundational courses done,
Yeah.
if we're doing a certification path for the Ibenz method, and that's going to be part of that is going to be a week at the shaman shack with me while you review and do and practice all the things that you've learned during the degree.
There's something about spending a week with you, honey.
Something about it, yeah.
Something
I have to
about
say,
it.
it's different.
It does definitely have an impact.
It does. Definitely has an impact. So hopefully we will be able to manifest that type of experience, seeing as we have the shaman shack. That'd be great. That'd be really good.
So tell me about your thoughts on the comet. How did that comet sneak in? Comet Neowise? Huh?
What?
Comet? The comet
The
Neowise?
What?
Yeah, remember
What
how we had 3 or 4 comets come in and we looked and I could never see any of them? And then all of a sudden, this last couple of weeks, bam, the comet came, and the closest it came to the planet was on my birthday.
Oh, your birthday, because you're
My
special.
birthday comet. Yeah, I just thought I'd make it about me a little bit.
Yes, of course.
Little Leo.
Yes.
Once in a while it comes out.
Little Leo does not. That's a contradiction in terms, honey.
I just hope
Little
everybody.
Leo is a contradiction in terms.
I'm just hoping everybody enjoyed my cosmic birthday present. Just
Of a
saying.
comet, yes.
Yeah, last year, remember, it was 100 plus whales. I
Oh
took the
my
video.
God, yes. That was amazing.
That I had never seen, and none on my boat had ever seen, and none of the guys around me that were fishing
I've never heard of
never
anybody
seen
seeing
or heard
that
of it.
before.
That was the most whales in one spot ever
Yeah.
on my birthday morning.
Yeah, that was amazing.
So if you want to see amazing things, just wait for my birthday. Oh, we had a birthday in, pretty sure it was, start with a G.
Girona.
Girona.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, everyone in Girona got to see you
Yeah.
for my birthday.
Yes, and we had 400 or so people singing happy birthday to you.
Yes. That was fantastic.
I know. Happy
For-
birthday!
And got a pretty interesting couple of presents I thought I would share.
For this year?
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
So, you know, I do like boats. And, you know, you got me a sailboat.
Yes.
Because I don't have enough boats in my life.
No, it's a bit of a project, though.
Well, I think it's a boat. They're all projects.
Yes, yeah.
But it's mostly ready. Well,
I think
mostly.
the shell is good.
It's got,
It's good, the guts.
it's not expensive, just to say that.
Let's just say that.
It's yet. I still have work to do
It's not expensive yet.
yet. So it has a couple of sails. They look fine. It has a mast that's flat. We've got to stick that up because it's on a trailer. And when I drove the trailer home from where we bought it,
Fell
one side of
apart.
it kind of like bent and tried to knock the sailboat off into the ditch. But I noticed it at the gas station, And I just happened to be right next to the shipyard, which I have to admit, I kind of said, geez, I think I should take the boat to the shipyard, but I really should just play with it and make sure I like it before I spend a lot of time and energy playing with it. I should just use it and then make it pretty. And then the trailer kind of broke, so I brought it to the shipyard.
Yeah.
And now we're going to make it pretty. And then we will play for it.
Yeah, you already started.
Yeah.
You power washed it. I videoed it. I'll put it up on YouTube so you guys can see what it's like to take a boat off the trailer and power wash it.
Yeah, it sounds very interesting. Very, very interesting. And trust me, it's exciting. Water sprays everywhere.
Yeah.
Yep. And one of the dreams of my life, if you ever ask me, what do you want to do when you grow up? I always say, I want to fly helicopters. And so for my birthday this year,
yes, Cara and Ashley gave him
helicopter lessons.
Yes.
And I get
lesson.
to bring someone, Inelia, with me on my first flight. It seems a bit strange. They're going to give me a half hour's directions and they're going to let me take you up in the air in a helicopter.
Yes.
I guess it's a lot easier to learn than I thought.
I feel very comfortable about it. I'm very excited. I can't wait.
Me too. And I got a couple of, I don't know what you would call those. I got the prettiest
obelisks.
rocks. I got two obelisks.
Two little black one and a white one. Two obelisks.
And the prettiest sparkly rock I've ever seen in my entire life.
Yes.
I say that about a lot of rocks, but this one, I really mean it this time.
Yeah, it's really beautiful.
Yes. Thank you, Hopi. Oh, now I think my daughter got me a tiger's eye bracelet to unlock my chi. Oh no, it's to open my chakras.
Who?
Grace.
Oh, that's right.
She got me a chakra opener.
Yes.
Pretty cool, considering.
And Ash got you a record.
And I got Naka Bear's new record in actual vinyl.
Nowadays they're called vinyls.
Apparently vinyls. My youngest daughter, who shouldn't even know what a vinyl record is, I said, "Oh, I got a record." She said, "Dad, that's a vinyl."
Yes.
I was like, "Oh, sorry."
Sorry.
Brand new vinyl and a brand new record player.
So that's kind of cool.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. We had a wonderful day.
Well, we had the record player before. We got it like a week earlier for you.
Yeah, but I wanted to mention it was brand new. It was like
It is, yeah.
It's an interesting world. You have to say, when you start to notice things like record players are brand new and records are brand new. Like, are you guys just gonna repeat everything?
It kind of does.
It feels like Groundhog Day.
It does, yeah.
But hey, I gotta say, when we saw him, we got very excited and bought him.
Only because it's purple.
Well, we only noticed it because it was
Purple.
purple. Okay. But I thought it was quite funny
Yes.
how excited we got.
Over a record player.
Yeah, because honestly, all of the music that we bought, we have it on our phone.
That's true.
We already, yeah, but now we have it on a record player coming out of a teeny little speaker on there.
I know.
One mono speaker. It's probably the lowest lo-fi possible.
Possibly buy, yeah.
Yes.
But it's purple.
And it's very entertaining.
Yes. And the music ends, and you have to get up and turn it around and put it on again. It's weird. Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh, that's right. Any updates on PB?
Little Princess Beauty weighed in at 2 pounds 8 ounces last week. We haven't weighed her this week yet, which is really good for her age. She was 14 weeks. And she's doing great. Super friendly, loving, super nice.
I thought it was interesting that she learned from Lucy something.
Yeah, so Lucy has this habit of when you give her food, she'll try and bury it with her nose into her bed.
Yeah, it's quite funny.
It's the weirdest habit ever. I've never seen a dog do that. and she'll poke it into the bed with her nose. And eventually, sometimes she'll eat it. Sometimes she'll really put a rug over it or something with her nose, try to bury it.
She gets the fur off of her bed and buries it in fur, kind of.
Yeah, it's so weird. I've never seen a dog do that. And now, PB is doing it. She doesn't exactly know why she needs to do it.
Because she tries to bury it and then she bites it.
Yeah, and then she eats it, right?
She just messes
that's
it with her
something that
nose.
you do with her food. Where you get food, you bury it with your nose.
And then you eat it.
Yeah, oh yes. And then you eat it.
Then you eat it. First you got to poke around with your nose, then you bite it. So I think it's funny that Lucy taught Princess Beauty that, and Princess Beauty is trying to teach Lucy how to be happy when you show up.
I know.
Lucy is one of those rare breeds of dog. She's, oh, no, you're here? Yep, okay.
Yep.
And other times, she's so happy to see you, she pees all over the floor.
Yeah, she's weird that way.
Yeah, she's got a strange breed, strange personality.
Yes.
If you've been gone for 5 minutes, she's not going to pee the bed for you.
No.
Because it's like, you were just here 5 minutes ago.
Exactly.
I haven't missed you. But PB,
2
if
minutes,
you go out of
1
sight
minute, yes.
for 30 seconds.
And you come back, oh my God. She's so happy to see you. She's a proper pet. She's got it all down to a T, man. The perfect dog. She knows how to do it.
She has moved out of our bed.
Yes, she has.
And now
Thank goodness.
Now she has an apartment.
She has an apartment at the end of the bed.
If anybody is getting a puppy anytime in the next any time, and remembers this, it's a brilliant thing. There's a doggy apartment. I think it's called something like that. If you can look online, these
you can make
boys,
your own too.
Yeah, but these boys come up with this invention, and they did a good job of it. If I didn't have all the pieces already, I would have definitely ordered one from them. But we already had the pieces.
We did.
So I just put one together myself. But basically, you make a bed.
A crate.
You take a doggy crate that has 2 doors, or even 3, whatever. And on one end, you make it just the size
of the dog,
maybe a little bigger so it can turn around in there, but not very big. It's its bed, just his bed, his little nest. And then the other 3/4 of the kennel is
pee pads.
So, and then you make a wall between where the bed and the pee pads are, and you cut a hole in there big enough for the puppy. Then when the puppy goes in there at night, sleeps in his bed, he doesn't have to hold it all night if you're trying to crate train him, or you don't have to get up at 2 o'clock in the morning. When he has to go potty, he goes through the hole,
on your bed.
pees on the pee pad, and gets back in his bed.
Yes.
So he doesn't have to hold it, and he has a place to pee, and he knows where to pee. Then eventually you can take, the apartment and put it in different places further from your bedroom. You can put it outside. You can do whatever you want. But that's a really good way to potty train your puppy without having your puppy suffer all night in a crate without going potty or peeing in their own bed. Yeah, so make a puppy apartment.
So she's got one of those now.
And she's a happy, happy girl.
Oh, she is, yeah. We put her into bed every night now, and she goes straight to sleep in her little bed.
And in the morning, she usually has to go pee in the middle of the night. She's a very little dog with a very little bladder. And nobody in our house wants to get up at 1 o'clock in the morning, and 3 o'clock in the morning, and 5 o'clock in the morning, except for Lucy. But Lucy isn't very good at opening the door for her.
So she had an accident on our bed when she was in the middle of the day. We had steps so she could get on the bed.
Oh yeah, she got steps.
So she ran up onto the bed.
She ran up the bed to go pee.
So that was a bit of a...
Yeah, because our bed is too big for being a separate bed.
Yes, exactly.
It's got a lot of territory. Plus, that's the feet. She peed on the feet end.
Yeah, she did. Yeah.
On her dad's feet end.
Not mine, actually.
It was your feet?
Oh, yes.
I thought your feet didn't stink.
I know, they don't.
She should have picked my side.
Oh, she didn't want to spoil the smell, probably.
Probably. Oh, jeez. Okay. On that note.
On that note.
Oh.
What?
You got more to share?
I don't have any more to share.
How come?
I don't know.
We did pull a card. Remember the card?
No, I don't.
I think it was a lady in thorns. Don't
Oh, that
struggle.
one was 2 weeks ago.
Oh.
I thought you meant the cards for your birthday.
Oh, yeah, I did get cards for my birthday too, huh?
You did.
Those were very nice.
Yes, they were.
It was one quarter I'm supposed to... I don't remember. And the other two, something about...
It was 3 cards, so it
yeah,
wasn't
it was 3
quarters.
cards.
It was thirds. The
Thirds.
first third of the year.
I think it was...
Stay by yourself.
Okay.
Don't do.
Don't do it. Don't try to save the world.
That's right, yeah. Just let it
Don't
come
try
out.
to fix everyone so that they think how I think. Let them think how they think. Let them have
Exactly.
their thoughts. Let
Exactly.
them live their life. Let them be their person.
Yeah.
They don't have to be me.
Mm-hmm.
That's my little bit of righteousness.
Okay.
It needs to be tamped down a little bit.
Yes.
Guild of Gaia, Grooms of Gaia, we're going to be righteous.
Yeah.
And whatever we are is right. But maybe it's right for us. We'll just have to concede with it's just right for us.
Exactly.
And allow everyone else to have their right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the other 2 cards, one was medical.
One of them was in what I felt was the card that said embody your
Embody
healer.
the healer.
Yeah, because
Right.
you're a healer. You come from a long lineage of healers
Right.
in Native American tradition.
That's a fact.
Your mom was one.
She definitely
And
was.
her mom, not her mom, but her granny and her aunties were all healers. So,
That's true.
yeah, so you come from a long line of healers.
So,
And it's embodying the healer. So I thought, take some classes, embody that healer, you know.
I think I'll study with Dr. Cohen.
Perfect.
And
Yeah.
we'll do something with water. Because
Nice.
water is a thing I like. Dr.
Yes.
Cohen's thought's a thing I like. And he's thinking about some kind of a structured water. That's, that sounds pretty cool.
It does, yeah. It's very
And
good.
it goes in line with the somatic stuff that we were working with.
Mm-hmm.
And it also goes in line with the high frequency, the EMF stuff. Remember the EMFs?
Yes.
They resonate with the water just like any sound would.
Uh-huh.
These frequencies make little zzz in the water. And in the water, I was reading some PubMed study and it said the millimeter wave width was the same width as a cell or a little smaller. So it could create hexagonal holes in your cell water where things like coronavirus could exist, or something like that. It was kind of interesting. Of course, that's been deleted since,
There's, of course, yeah.
but it was interesting to read that set of thoughts. I'd never heard that before. But so back to the healer thing and the water thing and the frequencies things and Dr. Cowan. It'll be interesting to see where that leads. So that'll be the second third. I'll play with that stuff.
Yes.
And by then, Dr. Cohen will have his house and he'll be all ensconced in and happy.
Yes. And then the third was embody the mystic.
Mystic or magic.
The mystical, magical shaman. Yeah, that was your third
So I'll be
part of the year.
I'm not sure how that's going to come out. I guess I'll wait for that third.
Yes.
Christmas-ish?
I think, no, because July
to July,
August,
right?
Yes.
Because
July to
everybody
July.
knows the New Year's July 23rd, right?
That's a New Year's.
That's when the year
yes.
starts.
The
Yes.
second coming of Christ is Okay.
So we all acknowledge it. That's when the day starts. That's when the day is anyway.
Uh-huh.
So 12 in it. So 4 is the third. July. I was like July, August, September, October is the first one.
Mm-hmm.
November, December, January, February is the second one. March, April, May, June. So that'd be the third one.
Yeah.
So next summer, come check on me next summer. I'll magic you up.
Okay. That's brilliant. I love it.
I love it too.
Yeah. All right, boys and girls, we're going to call it a day on our driving to the res via the Shaman Shack.
No PSs this time?
I don't have any PSs, do you?
Well, Lucy has a PS.
PS what?
Her foot should be healed by now.
Nice.
Yeah, she got another set of stem cells.
Last week.
Yes, the doctor said that the reason that her foot was still not closing was because she is too active without her prosthetic on or a bandage. So she put another bandage on and cushioned it up and put some stem cells on there, and this time, probably within a week, it should be completely done.
Sweet.
And then we'll be over with that.
Oh
Just
my
put that
gosh.
behind us.
Yes.
So that was our PS.
And then she can use her prosthetics more because it was pain. It was hard.
Yeah, it
to
was
get
hurting
out
her.
of
It was hurting her. Yeah, it wasn't working. I mean, she runs good, but she'd only get about 5 minutes out of it, and then she'd start feeling pain.
Poor thing.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
Okay, that's our PS.
Yes.
Excellent.
See you next time.